B'Reshut the rabbis, Katzin, and B'Reshut my great uncle Dave, David, you should live and be well, now this stream. Truly an honor, as the rabbi said, to say some words of his faith, my dear great uncle Moe. Tov Shem Yishem and Tov, Yom HaMavet, Yom Hivaledo. Famous words, that a great name is greater than the finest of oils. And I feel like these words were really written about Uncle Moe. He accomplished in his lifetime what some people don't accomplish in 10. And for me, he was literally like my grandfather, as his brother, my grandfather Isaac, alav shalom, passed away when I was only 4 years old. And I remember my youngest memory is just of Uncle Moe. There's something about his hands. You know, when you touched his hands, you felt like an electricity. And even though, like most towels, we're not so tall in stature, when you approached Uncle Moe, you felt eclipsed by how enormous of a personality he was. 3 major things really stood out to me about him. First, as Rabbi Yedid so beautifully said, he said he was always tough on you, but it always came from love. My father and my uncles used to always tell stories when they were reading Pesukim or studying Torah together with him. So the first time you made a mistake, he'd correct you loudly. Second time you made a mistake, drop his head and go. Third time you made a mistake, he would just yell at you and he'd say, "No, read it like you wrote it." That was one of his famous quotes. When I was in the Eatontown Shul with Rabbi Dweck, who's here, Uncle Moe used to always pray there in the summer. And anytime somebody would come in with shorts, he'd look at me and he said, "I would have brought my beach chair if I knew we were going to the casino." I couldn't help but laugh behind my siddur. Whenever I would be Hazan in front of him, I couldn't wait to step off the teva and get the laundry list of mistakes that I had made and what I needed to do better. But he would always couch it with humor. And the way that he would teach would always be through that humor. One example is I remember coming up to him around Hanukkah time. I said, you always think, now I'm going to have a great conversation with Uncle Moe. It's going to be long, long conversation. And I came up to him and I said, Uncle Moe, listen, it's Hanukkah time. I'm opening up Shiur Shpacha Halel Zimra, the red book, and I see one Hanukkah song. Ma'osu Yeshuati, and it's, I think it's Ashkenaz. Where are our songs? Where's the Hanukkah song? And he looked at me and he said, Isaac, this is one of the times where the rest of the community and our tradition lines up exactly with the Tawil family. I said, oh, really? Wonder where he was going with it. He said, on Hanukkah, there's no mitzvah to have a meal. The Tawil family will sing at the Sevet, but only if you feed us. If there's no food, we're not singing. So you have food, we're going to sing. Hanukkah, no mitzvah to eat, so that's it. I give you one song, and Alamako, that's it. And again, funny story, humorous, but he was giving you a lesson. He was teaching you a halakha, he was teaching you history, he was telling you something about the historic red book in the way that only Uncle Moe could. He had a tremendous love for Eretz Yisrael. As we mentioned at the funeral, his own organization, Ateret Kohanim, which I don't think anybody understands what that was about. Ateret Kohanim is an organization where Uncle Moe would literally go with captains, door to door in the old city, knocking on the door, trying to buy back properties and homes from Arab families in the old city of Yerushalayim. Trying to make sure that those properties were under our control. He believed so much that the Geulah is coming, and he said, we got to be ready. We got to make sure that we all own in Yerushalayim, in Yirah Kodesh, in the old city. That's what he stood for. Also, testimonials of saying how Uncle Moe used to call up IDF soldiers who served in 1967 and would ask, tell me about the miracles that you saw with your own eyes. I want to hear. Was your victory the Yad Hashem? Was it just happenstance? Tell me a story. Tell me a miracle. And he would collect these stories and go door to door, make sure that Yom Yerushalayim, Yom Ha'atzmaut, every knis was saying Yehi Shem, Hallel, and he was claiming this was a miracle. And he said, how? Because I did the research. I looked at all the soldiers. He loved Eretz Yisrael and Medinat Yisrael. As has been said, Robert saying again, his commitment to knis and shul was second to none. Uncle Moe never missed minyan on purpose until he was 101 years old. His greatest gift that he ever received was not something physical in the sense that you can touch it, but it was when Rabbi Shweki of the Park Avenue Shul gave him his own parking spot reserved for Moe Tawil right next to the rabbi's parking spot. And I was there the day that they dedicated it. We thought, he was getting, keys to the city, keys to deal, a tremendous amount of money, and he was literally crying because now, if anyone circled the parking lot in Park Avenue Shul, you know what it's like. But that meant the world to him. That was his greatest gift, that he had the ability to come to shul in an easy way. He loved being independent. And another great story about him is, I remember seeing him in Park Avenue Shul years ago and saying, oh, come on, I see you want to lift back home? And he would just tell me in the raspy voice, don't worry, I have my car. I was like, okay, wow, he's got his car at 98 years old. And he's driving probably better than me. And I also remember the day that they took his car away. And and when they took his car away, he was giving me a whole lecture. Isaac, I'm a great driver. This is not right. I'm going to stay in shul. And I remembered when the Hebrews, when Ralph took him down to Florida to renew the license. So they went over to the person and said, look, this man cannot pass this test. Whatever you do, don't let him pass. Okay, maybe there was flus exchanged, I don't know. But now Uncle Moe disappears, he comes back, and he tells around the family, he says, oh Jack. And he said, I passed. I said, you passed? I don't understand. They come back up to him and say, I thought we had an understanding. I thought we said he's not to pass. He said, look sir, I'm sorry. He's the most phenomenal driver I've ever seen. Not a turn he missed, not anything. This is who he was. He did everything perfectly, mamash till the end. The Gemara Masechet Rosh Hashanah talks about the machloket between Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yehoshua. When was the world created? And as an offshoot of that argument in the Gemara, Rabbi Eliezer also talks about when Chodesh Noldu Ha'avot, in which month were the forefathers born in. And the Gemara talks about different proofs. And the proof that the Gemara goes through in defense of Rabbi Eliezer is saying that Minayin, when is it going? Should be Tishri Noldu Ha'avot. He says that Tishrei was the seventh month of the year, where Rosh Hashanah is. Quoting the Pasuk from Melachim, Vayikahalu el HaMelech Shlomo Kol Ish Yisrael Vayerach HaEtanim, in the month of the mighty ones. Etanim being those great and mighty individuals. And the Gemara goes and continues to prove by a series of Pesukim connecting Etanim to Avot and great people. And finally ends with a quote that we say every Friday night in Shir HaShirim. Kol Dodi Hine Zeba Medaleg Al Heharim Mekapetz Al Gevaot. And the Gemara says we're connecting Etanim, mountains, great people. And you know what Shir HaShirim is telling us? That he's going to skip and jump over these harim and these gevaot, these amazing wonders of nature. And the Gemara tells us that how were they able to be medaleg al harim mekapetz al gevaot, to skip and move forward? It was bizchut avot, in the zechut and the merit of the forefathers. And rabbis teach us, he said, what does this line in Shir HaShirim mean? Is that the zechut avot brings us that closer, one step closer to the redemption. I really believe that Uncle Mo brought us closer to the Geulah. And I think that now his holy neshama, while it's being raised levels and levels, is also being a defense for us. And he's working hard, negotiating, and always working his special Uncle Mo magic to bring the Geulah closer to all of us. May we always remember his legacy, remember how great he was, and hopefully HaKadosh Baruch Hu will bring his neshama to the highest of heights.
Amen.